and I really value that time. And otherwise, while I've said to people, oh, I didn't have a great time at that one, that is something I will treasure, and I'm really glad I got to spend that last time with. This said, again, I just impart to everybody in the room, if people want to really remember for a very good friend, keep in mind to be there for others and to do everything you can. At no point are you doing enough. At no point is anyone doing enough. And again, my very best to him wherever he is now, and to everybody who remembers him, please keep him in your hearts. Thank you.
Haven't known Furp all that long. First met him here at Anthrocon many years ago, and within hours of our first meeting, he managed to make dorsai history. The aspirin incident here, I was with Furp on that rather memorable drunk call, where we found the patient lying in a bathtub and so drunk he couldn't get out. I looked at Furp, he looked at me. We both reached for the aspirin bottle. Our hands met, and we looked at each other and just started laughing. Poured out a handful of aspirin, probably a half a dozen, handed them to the guy a couple at a time, and he sat there and chewed them up like they were peppermints. Just goes to show how drunk he was. However, I looked at Furp, he looked at me, and I said, you know, you're one evil bastard. I like that in a guy. He just smiled. Okay, we turned to his roommates, handed him the aspirin bottle, and said, under no circumstances is he to drink anything but water or Gatorade for the next 8 hours. And keep him awake as much as you can. Now, all of this is one thing, but something that didn't make the report, because he asked me not to put it in there, was that as we were leaving the room, Furp turned on the shower with cold water. He was a dear friend. We miss him greatly. And he would have been nominated for the Dorsai by now if he hadn't gone overseas. And he would have come in by a car. So, anytime we go off to a con, especially for a con, if we need medical assistance, our call is, we need Furp.
I am Commander Larry Wise, United States Navy. And sort of like Kage, I have something that Furp will always live on with me. Patrick, when he first met me, was very surprised to find out a Navy commander was actually in this fandom. Ever since then, his first thing has been, Larry, are you drinking enough water? Larry, do you have water? Yes, Furp, I have my water. This past year when I went to FWA, unfortunately I could not get my flight, so I had to drive down there. And I know Furp was laughing the whole time because I did not have the car prepped and there wasn't the case of water in the back seat. I dehydrated myself. I know the whole time Furp was going, Larry, do you have your water? For the honor guard though, I will say, at Rocket City Fermi, we did a flag folding ceremony. And I have done 25 funerals in the past. I almost lost it there. That meant a lot for the Furs down south. I don't know if anybody here was actually down at that convention. I'm so glad we got to do it here because I know that is a closure. And this is one of the things that allows Patrick to live on with me forever. That it's always, do I have my water? And so what have we learned? Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Swift Fox. Most of you know me as Swift Fox here. Lieutenant Glenn Rockhill, Ascot Fire Department here locally. Furp and I first met, might have been 1999, probably 2000. We knew each other online, several different forums, interacted together quite a bit, doing different things. Forget when we finally met, and it was a surprise because he went by Furp. I knew him by something else. And since then, his schedule at cons and my schedule didn't overlap. He worked nights. That's when most of the excitement happened. I was bopping around during the daytime, making people smile and happy in my Dalmatian costume. But we went over to Iraq to do the consulting work. I first told him, I said, what are you, nuts? But he went, and that was good, because that's what he wanted to do. Actually, I take that back. I met him at MFF 2003. I had gotten my first fursuit, which was a white husky, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll just make him a sea dog. I'll wear my Old Navy stuff, decked out in whites or blues, and he looks awesome. Well, he came up to me and says, you know, you shouldn't be wearing that with that costume. I'm like, who are you? We caught up to one another, and I'm like, you're the dude that, like, gigged me at MFF. He goes, well, I didn't know you at the time. I says, but you did know me. He says, well, I realized that afterwards, but... after we went to Iraq, we would keep in touch. I would tell him about my exploits in the fire department, little motor vehicle accidents, we get fires and stuff, just sort of keep him up to date on what's going on that end of things. And then shortly thereafter, he started to come over our place before Anthrocon, and on many of his trips back home, he'd stop by. And Anthrocon was always sort of a wonderful time because he would order stuff from Iraq, have it shipped to our house. So we get boxes on our porch now. Whoa, what's this? And I have to email him back, okay, I got a box, what's in it? Is it ticking? No. Okay. That's just first aid stuff for Anthrocon. That's my cold packs. He ordered something from Gauls that got here and it wasn't even something he ordered. I think it's still in the house.
Yes.
Was a box of handcuff keys? Yeah, when that one came, I was like, what do you need a whole box of handcuff keys for? What's going on at this convention that I don't know about? He says, oh, that was a mistake. All right, well, it's here. You know, send me the return label and send it back, and that never happened. So I think we still have it at the house. But at any rate, I just wanted to share a few things. Finally get to meet you in such an awkward way. But again, as my friend Jim has said, you know, best thing we can do to keep Furp alive in our hearts is to give a little bit of ourselves to our fellows. All right? So, thank you very much.